To common mortal children, a toy car is little more than a diversion, a way to idle away the years between their births and when they are crushed by the weights of adulthood. But to the truly ascended mind, a toy is just one of many instruments for causing pain, suffering, anguish. In Home Alone for the Sega Genesis video entertainment system, vengeful 8-year-old mortal Kevin McAllister converts such playthings into implements of torture as he races to subject the loathsome wet bandits to as much pain as possible in the time allotted. McAllister collects mundane household objects such as tin cans, rubber bands, and crossbows, and combines them into devastating weapons that fire within mere moments of when the attack button is pressed. Mortal players will learn that with a creative mind, anything can become a weapon. What? What is this? Ah, an example. Excellent. In the hands of McAllister, even this mortal head covering could be twisted.
No, you're supposed to wear it.
Wear it? Do not be foolish. It shall be used to illustrate the point that torture is more about the intellect of the torturer than the materials available. It's an uplifting holiday message for mortals.
It would be more uplifting if you weren't constantly talking about ways to torture them.
Perhaps the hat could be placed over the eyes of an intruder, blinding them and leaving them vulnerable to further abasement. You see, it's about thinking creatively. Or what if the hat were balled up and thrust into the mouth?
If you wear it, the video will look fun and more mortals will click. Okay.
In Home Alone, McAllister uses his fan-powered sleigh to glide gracefully. Glide gracefully between 5 houses, determined to protect the possessions of the powerful from their would-be despoilers, where other video game heroes end their foes mercifully, stomping on their heads or shooting them in the chest. McAllister, like the spider queens of Zax, toys with his prey. Success in Home Alone is therefore measured not in points scored or bosses defeated, but in pain inflicted. Should McAllister maximize this pain meter before the bandits complete their defilement of a house, they will flee in humiliation. But do they give up? No. They thirst for more. So they attempt to burgle another house, and another. But McAllister follows. Suffering follows.
If the hat is unacceptable, would you be willing to put your hands on your cheeks and say, eh?
Why would I do that?
Humans of a certain age have nostalgia for that image.
If I saw a mortal in such a position, I would immolate them and consume their souls.
We need to talk more about the game and less about immolation.
Had I not immolated that Montgomery Ward, we would not even have these game cartridges to discuss. Moreover, if players are nostalgic for the moving picture, the game provides plenty of references. There is, of course, McAllister himself, interloping bandits Harold and Marvin, the web-crawling tarantula, the terrifying furnace, the murderous automaton, and the undead horror seeking violent retribution from beyond the grave. If McAllister can endure walking from one side of the screen to the other while firing at his victims for 40 minutes, the brigands will be apprehended and the game will conclude. Players receive only the most rudimentary of endings, but in playing Home Alone, They will no doubt discover new ways of causing misery and degradation. Thus, the game serves a valuable educational function. Of course, were McAllister truly educated, he would shed his mortal form entirely. Otherwise, he will never overcome the ultimate wet bandit, death. But if one must live and die as a mortal, there are few better ways to observe the human holidays than to cause pain to others in defense of one's possessions.
It's funny, the burglars are a surprisingly small part of the film. It's more about McAllister wishing his family no longer existed, and through dealing with the fallout of that wish, he comes to realize he does need his family.
I suppose the game box itself could be used as a weapon. The edges are sharp. Perhaps it could be tied to a stick or a pole of some sort and used to hack at one's foes. Yeah. Better to simply immolate them and consume their soul.